Sometimes all it takes is one simple idea, not a course, not a life-changing book, not some big success moment, but one tiny, easy-to-understand rule that suddenly rewires the way you see everything. Today, I want to share that rule with you. It's so simple that when you hear it, you might smile and say, "That's it?" But trust me, if you let it in, if you live by it, it will completely change how you think, how you react, and how you move through life. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe if you love powerful mindset shifts and practical wisdom that hits deep. This channel is all about helping you live better, not harder. Now let's begin. A simple rule that revolutionized my perspective on life. I didn't discover this rule in a textbook. I didn't read it in a viral blog post. I lived it. I hit a point where my thoughts were louder than my actions, where my fears were bigger than my dreams. And worst of all, I was playing the same painful loops over and over again in my head. Maybe you know that feeling. Overthinking, doubt, regret, trying to do everything right, but feeling like nothing ever changes. And then one day during a late-night walk with a mentor I respected deeply, he said something that seemed so basic, so clear, but it stuck with me like a seed planted in my soul. He said, "You can't control everything, but you can always control your response." That was it. That was the rule. And in that moment, it didn't hit me fully. But the more life tested me, the more I came back to that simple truth. It sounds obvious, right? But the more you think about it, the deeper it goes. Because here's the truth. Most of us are trying to control outcomes, people, timelines, expectations, and every external detail. And we burn out. We stress. We snap. We collapse into guilt or worry or anxiety. But what if you gave up the illusion of control? Not in a defeated way, but in a powerful way. What if you shifted all that energy toward what you can control? Your attitude, your perspective, your response. That's the game changer. That's the beginning of real freedom. Let's explore this together. Imagine a day where everything goes wrong. Your alarm doesn't go off. You spill coffee on your shirt. You miss the bus. You get bad news at work. Now you might think, "Ugh, what a terrible day." And maybe you react with anger, frustration, stress. You carry that mood with you all day long. But that's a choice. That's a response. Now imagine this. Same exact events, same spilled coffee, same missed bus. But instead, you pause, you take a breath, and you say, "I don't like this, but I can handle it. I'm still in control of how I show up." That's the shift. That's the rule in action. Now let's take it deeper. This rule doesn't just apply to bad days, it applies to relationships, to goals, to your past, to moments of failure, to how you talk to yourself. See, the power of this rule isn't just in the words, it's in how you live them. When someone insults you, you don't have to react in anger. You can pause and choose peace. You can choose to walk away. When life throws unexpected curveballs, you don't have to panic. You can breathe and recenter. When you mess up, you don't have to shame yourself. You can learn, adapt, and respond with self-compassion. This one rule becomes a filter. It becomes a foundation. It becomes your anchor in chaos. Let's go even deeper. Think about the stories we tell ourselves. I'm not good enough. I always fail. They don't respect me. These things always happen to me. What are those? They're automatic responses, and they often come from fear, not truth. But once you learn to question your inner voice, to pause before reacting, to choose the response that aligns with the person you want to be, not the emotion you feel in the moment, that's when you gain power. That's when you stop being a victim of your own mind. And here's something powerful. The longer you practice this rule, the more automatic it becomes. You stop reacting. You start responding. You stop exploding. You start expanding. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of getting stuck in, "I can't believe this happened," you move into, "How can I grow from this?" That one rule changes the lens through which you see the world. Now let's take this rule into real-life scenarios. You lose a job. Old mindset, panic, fear, self-blame. New mindset, "This is hard, but I can choose how I respond. Maybe this opens a better path." You go through heartbreak. Old mindset, bitterness, anger, despair. New mindset, "This hurts, but I can choose to heal with grace. I can respond with self-love." You're chasing a dream and things aren't working. Old mindset, "I must be a failure." New mindset, "This is feedback. I'll adjust my response and keep going." The rule is simple. The application, life-changing. So how do you start living it? First, awareness. Catch yourself in the moment. Notice your autopilot reactions. Second, pause. Create space between stimulus and response. A breath, a moment, a heartbeat. Third, choose your response. Not based on your mood, but based on your values. Based on your vision of the person you want to become. You always have that power. No one can take that from you. Here's the most beautiful part. When you change your response, you change the trajectory. You change your relationships. You change your mental health. You change your ability to lead, to grow, to thrive. You stop fighting life. You start flowing with it. And that doesn't mean you become passive. It means you become powerful in a deeper way. True power is inner stillness in a storm. True strength is emotional control in chaos. True wisdom is choosing peace when everything tempts you to choose war. And that is what this rule gives you. I want to invite you now to reflect. Where in your life are you reacting instead of responding? Where are you letting your circumstances dictate your peace? What would change if starting today, you live by this rule? Take a moment, breathe, think about it, because today could be the start of a new chapter, one where you stop being tossed by every wave and start becoming the calm in the storm. Remember, you can't control everything, but you can always control your response. And that response, that choice, can change everything. If this message hit home, share it with someone who needs it. Drop a comment below. What's one situation where you'll start applying this rule today? And don't forget to like and subscribe. There's so much more wisdom coming your way. This is Wisdopia, where perspective becomes power, and peace isn't a place, it's a decision. Remember, you can't control everything, but you can always control your response. And that response, that choice, can change everything. If this message hit home, share it with someone who needs it. Drop a comment below. What's one situation where you'll start applying this rule today? And don't forget to like and subscribe. There's so much more wisdom coming your way. This is Wisdopia, where perspective becomes power, and peace isn't a place, it's a decision. See you in the next video.